have so much to say about this subject, but a lot of people are really torn, and I think most people agree on one side than the other, but there's still a lot of people that are torn on the whole Doge and like the email that got sent out. If you don't respond to the email, you get fired from the government, right? A lot of people are like worried about that, and I have a lot to say about it, but one thing is that people are getting it all wrong, and I think that the press secretary explains this perfectly well. Let's hear her very concise and direct explanation of Doge and the email situation.
I can talk about this idea. The president sent out a truth last weekend to Elon Musk saying he loves everything Elon is doing and he wants him to be even more aggressive because Doge thus far has proven incredibly successful in making our government more efficient. And so Elon and Doge came up with this idea. Elon has implemented this at his private companies. It has proven successful. And it's a very simple idea when you think about it. All the Office of Personnel Management is asking, all this administration is asking, President Trump is asking, is for federal workers who live off of the American taxpayers' dime to send 5 bullet points of what they have done in the previous week. That is all we are asking for. And so the Office of Personnel and Management sent out additional guidance last night. Those responses should be directed to agency leadership, and the president defers to his cabinet secretaries, who he's obviously entrusted to pursue the guidance relative to their specific workforce. And for some of the agencies that you've seen who have said, please don't send these emails, it's in their best interest for that specific agency, and the president supports that. And let me be very clear, the president and Elon, as his entire cabinet, are working as one unified team. And they are implementing these very common sense solutions. You're welcome. Jackie.
So, I mean, I think that she's explained it perfectly fine. But people still have a problem with it. Here is a person that got one of those emails, and here is her response to that.
First, just tell us about this email and what it was like receiving it and what you all have talked about after getting it.
Sure. I got this email Saturday afternoon, about 3 p.m., and I felt absolutely infuriated getting this email with a demand within 48 hours to provide a response on what I did within the last week or face termination. This is clearly an attempt from Elon Musk to harass and bully and intimidate the federal workforce, which is part of his broader plan to gut the federal workforce and privatize public sector services to ensure that corporations like his own can get more profit.
She didn't come up with those words. She read each of, she was given something to read and she read it in sections. Listen to her pacing.
Hours to provide a response on what I did within the last week or face termination.
See those weird pauses? Okay, listen.
This is clearly an attempt from Elon Musk to harass and bully and intimidate the federal workforce, which is part of his broader plan to gut the federal workforce and privatize public sector services to ensure that corporations like his...
See, she's starting to lose the script and she's messing it up at the end, and now she's saying each part in like a word or 2 words at a time. She's told to say this, and it's weird language in the first place, right? Like, okay, how do you? This is part of Elon Musk's greater plan. Like, it's being weaponized. It's crazy, right? That's really crazy to me. So that's her response. But at the end of the day, you can't send a fucking email, bro. Look, hold on, let me show you do this. Write an email to my boss, lying about what I did last week. He wants 5 things. Each of the things need to be unprovable. Holy fucking shit, bro. I just kept my job. Let's read these. Let's see. Hi, boss name. Hope you're doing well. As requested, here's a quick rundown of what I was up to last week. I spent some time brainstorming new ideas for a vague project or task relevant to your job, e.g. the upcoming campaign. Came up with a few concepts I think we could work, mostly just jotting down thoughts and refining them in my head for now. I had a long call with a potential contact who might help us down the line. It was pretty informal, just feeling out possibilities, so nothing's set in stone yet. I dug into some background research on insert something plausible but broad, industry trends or competitor approaches. Didn't save anything formal, just skimmed through a bunch of stuff to get a better sense of things. I reworked some of my notes from earlier projects. I just spit all over my beard, bro. It's fucking funny. To see if there's anything we could reuse. It was mostly a solo thing, shuffling ideas to save time later. Oh my God. I took a walk to clear my head and ended up troubleshooting that issue we've been talking about. Vague reference to known problem. No big breakthroughs, but I think I'm circling something useful. Bro, this would probably work on a lot of dumbass bosses. Seriously. Come on, bro. I mean, they can't fucking write that. They can't simply do this. Look at that. I took 1, 2, 3 sentences to have it turn into 5 things that I did. A whole ass email written for me. Okay, I'm just saying, like, they can't do that. That's all you have to do. Okay? You can't do that. You can't just fucking lie. Right? You can't even lie and say what you fucking did, like a bunch of people are gonna do. Right? There's a lot of people that did do a bunch of things last week, and they'll tell you all about it. And guess what? Those ones are gonna shine. What they're gonna do by having this email is you get to kind of organize all the responses, right? You get to organize, like, here's all our best go-getters, and here's the liars, here's the people who barely get scraping by, and here's all the people that literally just don't give a fuck and they didn't even say anything. You start organizing them into different categories of people. This is a very effective and simple way to hold an entire organization accountable and cut the fat. Cut the fat. That's what it is. Get rid of all the people that fucking suck, dude. And guess what? People that suck are driven. Like, it's like working for the government is like a bright light. Like, oh, I fucking suck. I don't want to try anything. I could just go have some lazy fucking nothing job at the government. And there's so many that are available. They are. And these people get them and then they hold on to them forever. You know, and then they never really do anything. And I am totally all about optimizing all of that, much like you would a company. Yes, Elon Musk has done this with 3 of his companies. Like, they said that when he gutted Twitter, that the site was going to stop working. Here it is. It still works. It's got more features than ever. It works. This was a dumbass question that was also asked. Does Elon Musk have the powers of the presidency? What? Like, why are they? It's a stupid question.
Does Elon Musk have power of the presidency?
Absolutely not.
Right.
That's a ridiculous question.
I asked that question because, you know, the Democrats have been hurling insults at Elon Musk, hurling attacks, calling him President Musk. Most recently, Jamie Raskin, the congressman, took it a step further, calling for Musk's impeachment, saying that he somehow usurped the power of the presidency. What's your response?
It's utterly ridiculous. Elon Musk addressed this in the Oval Office yesterday. The president addressed it as well. Elon Musk is serving at the pleasure of the president, just like everybody else on this team. He takes directives directly from the president of the United States. And I think some of the comments that you referred to are nothing more than a failed attempt from the media and from Democrats to try to sow division in this White House. We saw them do it in the first term. We're not going to let them do it in the second term. This is a unified team who is working at the pleasure of the president to do what's right for the American people.
Does Elon
She's
Musk
good as fuck at doing that, bro. She's nailing it. Okay, you know what? I take it back. I don't think it was a stupid question. I think it was a good question, and I think he asked it on purpose to make a point because people are asking that stupid question. So since a lot of people are asking that very stupid question, they asked it so they can make it clear and answer it. That's what I think. Because it sounds like the guy that asked it is somebody that is probably pro-Trump. I don't know, it's just the way his tone of his voice. And that's my thoughts. And you know what? Fine. And you know what? Answer the question so you can answer that stupid ass shit. Like, no, everyone, they're just, what people are trying to do, and it's so obvious, is they're trying to sow division. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. We all know it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. This is so funny. So, you guys are going to have a little bit of trouble seeing this on YouTube, but I'll read it for you. And it says, we have found a federal employee who can compose an email. Subject, 5 things I did last week. Hello, Taylor. In the effort of transparency and accountability, I'm pleased to inform you of 5 tasks that I completed last week through though the list of everything that I completed is much longer. See below. Held a press briefing to mark 1 month of the Trump administration with special guests Mike Waltz, Stephen Miller, and Kevin Hassett. Gave speech at CPAC, staffed POTUS and CPAC speech on Saturday. Joined Fox News. Participated in a media row in the EEOB. I think that's the gold. Is that the gold card thing? I can't remember. Yes, I'm so grateful to have a job and work hard on the behalf of the American taxpayers who fund my salary. This email took me 2 minutes to draft. Thank you, Caroline Levitt. It's so funny though. It just cracks me up because it's pretty snarky, but it is that fucking easy, dude. So the more people try and fight this, the more it's so easy to argue against, because you can just write a goddamn email about what you did. And if you did do it, you'd be proud to share. I think people that did do things last week, they're all going to be very proud to say, here's what I did. The people that want to have something to hide and they're not proud of it, they're going to be against this. It's that fucking simple. It's binary. Pretty much every corporate job required daily, weekly, or monthly check-ins to show what you've been accomplishing and contributing to the company. If you don't do that, you get like a simple, yep, very simple. I do that at work. We do a turnover with the next shift about the work that's been done and keep everyone on the same page for productivity and safety. Supervisors report productivity to the managers. It's simple. Like, the government has none of this. It just operates without it. And it's so easy for someone like Musk, who has all that basic understanding of that shit. Like, he's not like some corporate genius either, dude. It's basic shit, you know? Like, he's just bringing in some simple shit. Like, he is a genius for certain things. With this, he doesn't have to be. He's just bringing in simple things.